Welcome back. That's the thoughts of the manager. Some changes today, of course, some enforced, some tactical. Now let's just have a look at Burnley today. One of the strongest sides in this division, Ash, but arguably a strong 11, but lacking a little depth behind. But looking at that starting lineup today, that's a strong team in the game.
It is a very strong starting lineup, and that shows, I think, in their current run of form. 8 matches unbeaten now, so they haven't lost since the calendar flicked over into October. Very, very solid at the back, much like ourselves, to be honest, in that regard. Very solid spine of the team. But you're right, I think this is something that Sean Dyche has done as a manager. He did it when they got promoted the last time, he did it in the Premier League last year. He puts an awful lot of trust in the players at his disposal, and he works with a very, very small squad. And they got away with it to a certain extent the last time in the Championship. They picked up very few injuries. They're going to have to be lucky, I think, to push as hard as they are at the moment and stay injury free this season, because you said they don't have the deepest of squads despite the quality in the matchday squad.
That spine is, well, it picks itself one thing.
It certainly does, and I don't think it's a coincidence that since Joey Barton's come into this team, one of the few summer signings actually, they kept that core together from last year. They've improved immeasurably. David Johnson, Joey Barton look a very, very solid central midfield pairing. Michael Duff and Michael Keane are a very solid centre-half pairing. Obviously you've got an England squad member now in Tom Heaton in goals, and in Andre Gray you have the most informed striker in this division.
Burnley are considered one of the favourites for this division. Is it possible to pick a top 2 out of the 5 that are currently challenging for those automatic places?
No, I think I'd hedge my bets on strength and depth, which is why I think Derby will win the division. I think the team that they beat last night, I think Hull will probably come second. Derby are the strongest squad of players I've ever seen play at this level. I don't think they're the best team, 1 to 11, but from 1 to 25 almost. I have no idea how Paul Clement picks his team every week, because the margins between players at each position competing for that starting spot is minuscule at times. I just don't know how he does it. I think they're an extraordinary squad of players, but incredibly expensively assembled, so there's a lot of pressure on that team, which might have a say as we go down the line. I think Hull they're just a squad of players that he's kept together pretty much since getting relegated from the Premier League. And you look at teams who have been relegated and then competed, that's what you need to do. You need to somehow keep the core of that squad together.
Burnley have done that, arguably, in many ways. Cardiff, if they get the 3 points today, can close the gap to 5 points on Burnley. If that doesn't happen, the gap extends, of course. So how crucial is this?
I think it's a huge game, as you said, not only to keep in touch with the top 5 in that regard, but also to prove that you can compete with the best teams in this division. We've beaten Middlesbrough at home this season. We competed very well against Hull, arguably our best performance of the season, and came away with absolutely nothing, which was a crushing blow, I think. Derby last week were just simply too good for us, and I don't think you can afford another confidence setback like that again this week, to come up against a team in the top 5 and just come out of it going, they're simply better than us. I think that would be a blow to confidence going in against a very tricky game next week away at bottom of the table Bolton, which is obviously going to pose its own problems.
Christmas period awaits us after this, and it's a big one for Cardiff City today. It's the Bluebirds against Burnley. We're going to go and have a look outside at some of the warm-up here. We're up in the skyboxes due to the weather today. After that, make sure you tune in to Cardiff City Player and go to our commentary link. Sign up for just £20 now. You can listen to every match, live commentary with Ash and myself for the rest of this season. Enjoy the game.